Collins is at the Capitol. He is a congressional candidate in the state of California. It looks like you're inside. Where exactly are you, Joe?
I am. I'm back at my hotel. Thanks for
you're at the
having me.
hotel.
It's very
Okay, yeah.
dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous outside right now.
Give me the situation. What all exactly you experienced today? Give me your story.
Well, there have been a few rallies across the D.C. area. The president came out and spoke, and the House started to vote on the election. And the people were standing outside the Capitol. Next thing you know, they stormed the Capitol, and then we heard that there were shots fired. I haven't confirmed that, but we heard that there were shots fired, and
Right.
it's just a lot of passion in the streets right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do have confirmed that 2 were shot inside the Capitol building. I imagine that, and by the way, I want to say goodbye to Amir and Mark, who have joined us throughout this coverage. We're going to go ahead and cut you guys loose so you can continue on. But I just imagine, you look at this situation, we here have condemned violent protests and riots of all kinds on this network. And I didn't know what this was going to turn into today, but this has turned into some of that similar kind of behavior. When you have people doing the kinds of things that we're hearing about, when you do have shots fired inside of the Capitol, this is not right. This has gone too far. It's one thing to surround the building. It's one thing to protest and make your voice heard and show that you are angry about the election and you are angry about many of the things that have been alleged, and some of them we believe did happen. We do believe that there was something to this election that wasn't fair. A lot of these allegations we believe are true. Some of them maybe not, but there are some things that were crooked about this election. There was a lot of anger over that. Obviously, it's a presidential election. But what we've seen here, Joe, this has taken it to a level that it now needs to be condemned. And you're even seeing the President of the United States tweeting out, starting the process of saying this is going too far.
Yeah, and I have to agree. I condemn violence. I'm not a fan of violence of any kind.
Right.
But I will say this. It seems like the American people are sick of being lied to. They're sick of being cheated by the Democratic Party right in their face. And this election, in my opinion, was just a tipping point. Yeah,
I mean, we listened to a number of speeches today on the floor of Congress, whether in the Senate or the House. I thought Ted Cruz's speech was tremendously impactful, where he just told everybody that's going to be voting on this that, there's a lot of things that need to be looked at as far as this last election. You had a number of Democrat states go around the process, the legislative process of changing the rules of an election, of mailing out ballots, of doing a number of things that they know darn well benefit their candidate, and that was the only reason they did it. They went around the way that it's supposed to be done and just instituted it on their own because they had COVID and they had this great excuse. That right there is a viable and very logical form of cheating in an election. And I think everybody knows that. Now, there's a lot of other allegations flying around that maybe, don't make a lot of sense. But there are reasons to be angry. There are reasons that these people are here. The president has given these people a reason to be here and has made some points that do need to be looked at. The senators that are objecting to the certification of this vote do make some good points. And again, I thought Ted Cruz made some excellent points in his speech just before these marchers made their way up to Capitol Hill. But now this has spilled over into something where even the president, and if we have his tweets, we can pull them up, but the president has put out a couple tweets now basically condemning what's happening here and telling people to stand down, telling people that the Capitol Hill police, the security that's there, that these people are the party of law and order, and that they should stand down. Don't become like the people that the Republican Party can't stand. Don't become like the far left. Don't become the people that start burning things and causing havoc and chaos because they're angry about something. Don't stoop to that level. As we see a picture of guards inside the Capitol, I believe that's the House floor, with their guns drawn on a window. That is not the place to take this, Joe.
Yeah, it's not, and I would have to agree with you. We shouldn't stoop to that level to where we are causing violence, especially on our state capitol. But I'm gonna have to say that this is the fault of the Republican Party. Had the elected officials in the Republican Party actually stood up and actually fought for the American people, I don't think that we would be in this place. We wouldn't be in this predicament. Democrats had this plan for a very long time. They had strategy, and this is something that, they wanted to do. They wanted to steal an election from people like myself who ran for office. They wanted to steal the election from the president of the United States, and the Republican Party allowed that to happen. That's why it's absolutely important that we get more candidates running as Republicans to be able to take over the House and stand up for the people of the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to read out a couple of tweets just in case, a lot of people have the Newsmax app on their phone. If you're watching this wherever you are, if you're inside, if you're among this mess on Capitol Hill right now. The president's latest tweet 23 minutes ago: I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. That is from the President of the United States. Remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. And he says, thankful. The next tweet down from 57 minutes ago. Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. So if you are among this huge crowd at Capitol Hill right now, and if you're one of the ones that are pushing back against police and trying to enter into places police don't want to get you into, you are going directly against the President of the United States, who you came all the way there to listen to speak not 2 hours ago. I want to go to Mark Halperin, if you're still on the line with us, and ask if you've heard any updates. So we don't have Halperin. Okay, so we're going to stay with you, Joe. I'm not sure if you can get a look at these pictures, but apparently were you among this crowd earlier today?
No, we were at a smaller gathering, and where I spoke at, we listened to the president speak, and we left shortly after because the atmosphere was wrong, the mood was wrong, the cops were running up and down the street, and so I got my team and myself out of there, and we kind of watched from afar.
Can you give me I mean, if you were close enough, could you give me an idea of how many people attended the president's rally today? Do you have any indication?
Well, it was a few 100,000 people. It was a lot of people there. I mean, like, it was a crazy amount of people. Very impressive.
You think a few 100,000? That's a massive number.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of people. I mean, we can look on the screen right now and see all of the people who are still here trying to storm the Capitol. So that's just a small percentage of who attended the president's speech. They did a really good job putting on that event.
Absolutely, yeah.